The National Bank of Rwanda recently amended a regulation that governs foreign exchange operations. One might ask themselves what this amended regulation entails and what it means for businesses, consumers, and other key stakeholders. Today, I'm pleased to be joined by 𝐓𝐚𝐥𝐤, Manager of the Financial Sector Legal and Regulations, who will give us key insights into these changes and the reasons behind them. Welcome, Godfrey.
Thank you.
Could you give us an overview of what a regulation is, and then what regulation number 89 of 2025 is as well?
The regulation that we recently issued is an amendment of an already existing regulation that was issued by the central bank in 2022. It amended only 4 provisions. The one on definition of terms, the second provision was on sanctions, the third one was on the payments for import and exports. The last one is the one encouraging everyone to give information to central bank, whistleblowing. So this new amendment specifically talks about the usage of foreign currency in Rwanda, but it provides clarity on the definition of who a resident is. And in the previous regulation, the payment for import and export had to be done in Rwandan francs if we don't have an authorization from the central bank. Currently, in this amendment, if you are to do imports or exports, you're allowed to use foreign currency without prior authorization from the central bank. The previous regulation had only 2 sanctions that specifically talked about confiscation of proceeds of the transaction. This regulation details now the list of sanctions that can be imposed to the offender should he or she be found in the breach of the current regulation. In this regulation, 3 things are prohibited. If you price your services or your goods in foreign currency without authorization from the central bank, then you commit an administrative fault. The cascading sanction to that is if it's the first time, you're sanctioned with 5 million Rwandan francs. If you redo it again, then you're sanctioned with 10 million Rwandan francs. So the second fault is transaction. Transaction is now going beyond pricing. Let's say you are a landlord. You set your rental fees in foreign currency. You display or you quote, you set it in the contract that the tenant will be paying in dollars, in USD in this case. So if you quote doing that, that is pricing, and the sanctions are the ones that I mentioned. But if you go ahead and have a tenant and eventually pays in dollars or in any foreign currency, now that is a transaction. So if you transact in foreign currency, you charged with 50% of the transacted amount. If you repeat that, you're charged with 100% of the whole transacted amount. The auctioning, it's not common, but people do it. Let's say you have a lot of dollars, you want to fly back to, let's say, India. You call people that, hey guys, I have some USD here, I want to, and then who gives the best bid, I will give them the dollars. That's auctioning of foreign currency. It's prohibited as well. The sanction is 50% of the auctioned amount as well. If you are sanctioned by the central bank, definitely, you're given 15 days to now pay the sanction fee. In the 15 days, if you don't do that, the central bank will do 2 things. 1, you will be reported to CRB. 2, there will be compound interest on the penalty. Like they will start to generate 1% each day of delay.
Is there advice or further information you'd want the public to be aware of?
Yeah, I want the public to understand that the intent, the sole purpose of this is not punishing people or sanctioning or getting money from the public. No. The sole purpose is to educate. That's why we are partnering with different stakeholders, law enforcement agencies. We're doing awareness campaigns. So we want the public to understand the consequences, the bad consequences, this horrible practice that has to our economy and our currency. We want the public to understand the regulation and to understand the provisions therein and to try to comply. And we want the public to be whistleblowers. to share information both with the central bank and law enforcement agencies on where they think there is going astray from the provisions of this regulation. I would like the public also to know that we have a list of businesses that are allowed or permitted to transact and receive payments in foreign currencies. I can mention hotels, duty-free shops, casinos, international schools, and tourism agencies. For the payments and transactions related to imports and exports, it's free. It's already permitted in the regulation. Whoever wants to do that for import or export related purposes, they don't need any authorization from the central bank.